Welcome back to Simplified Tree Anatomy. We're looking at end grain again today, but this time a different aspect of end grain. Up to this point, we've mostly looked at wood from the perspective of vessels that run up and down the tree trunk, so longitudinally. And today we're going to look at the smaller number of vessels that run laterally, so across from the center of the tree to the outside, like near the bark or back. And these are known as rays. Sometimes they're called medullary rays if they go right into the very center of the tree. All wood, as far as I know, all trees have ray cells, but not all ray cells are necessarily immediately observable on the end grain. Some you need a magnifying glass or a 10x lens to see. So I have a piece of ash here, similar to what we were looking at last week. I'm just going to bring it closer to the camera just for review. Now, there you go. Hopefully you can see stuff we recognize, early growth and late growth in the growth rings. Let's see, early growth and late growth. But you're not really seeing much in the way of vessels that might run at 90 degrees. And that's because ash certainly has ray cells and ray vessels, but they're small enough I would need a 10x lens to pick out. So I've shown you the absence. Now let me show you an example, white oak, which has should be much more evident. There we go. And again, so we're looking at that. We can see our early growth cells, those big cells. You can see our late growth wood making up our growth rings. But you can see a whole network of lines, generally lighter ones, that are running at 90 degrees to the growth cells. And because this is an oak, some of these are actually quite wide. This one. And they're wide enough, and in some cases tall enough, i.e. extending down the tree like that, that you could actually probably see aspects of the rays, they're called ray flecks, if they show up on the edge grain or face grain of the wood. And there are other woods, even woods that have not necessarily the most evident rays on the end grain, but you might see evidence of ray flecks sometimes on the edge or face grain. That would include some maples, cherry, birch. All of those may have sort of flecks at times, and those are all related to the ray structure. So other than just being interesting in and of itself, rays are, and being able to look for and identify rays on end grain and then possibly on face grain, they're another key thing to look for when you're trying to identify an unknown species of wood. Often ray size, so width of rays, in relation to pore size can be a good way of starting to narrow down what species a mystery wood might be. So I hope that's helpful and somewhat clear. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.